that have very grandiose visions about European Jewry and Hungarian Jewry, especially because we are always considered the European Jewry with the biggest potential. That potentially it could be so big because we have 100,000 Jewish people living here, which is complete bullshit. But anyway, it's not bullshit in the sense that there are people, for sure, 100,000 who have some kind of Jewish ancestry, but only like 10 or 20,000 have Jewish identity per se. And those people who approach the rest of the people, like those 80, 90,000, as unaffiliated Jews who just have to be approached in the right way as Jews, they are wrong. They feel Hungarian. Most of them don't even know that they are Jewish. If you approach them like if you would approach Jews, you are going the wrong direction. You have to approach them as Hungarians and influence them with a lot of things, and then eventually they might be involved. Obviously, what was before is the basis of, in a lot of aspects of what we do, but we face so many new challenges today in Europe, and I think there are a lot of threats to Judaism, and one of the biggest threats is not anti-Semitism, and it's not Islamic radicalism or anti-Israel propaganda, no. The biggest threat are those Jews who think they know what Judaism should be. Those Jews who say that Judaism will only survive if there will be more people in the synagogues, or statements like this. I think that Judaism has become so much more than that. It has so many aspects and facets and attributes, so to say, that if someone is telling me that this or this is the good way, I always say that if there is one way, then it's not. Then it's for sure not the good way. Small communities exploring their identity in many different ways. I think this should be strengthened, and the way how people feel Jewish, it is varied, and it should be maintained like that, because that is the how to say in English, biztosíték. That will make sure that the Jewry will survive. I heard from a lot of people in the US that what do you think about mixed marriages? Is mixed marriage a big threat to Judaism? Because a lot of Americans think that way, that if Jewish people will marry non-Jewish people, then it's the end, or it's the beginning of the end, or I don't know. I really think otherwise. I think you should reach out to those people who are in mixed marriages and strengthen their Jewish identity and make sure that this will be important for them enough to pass it on to their kids. And even the half-Jewish kids, as I am, would think of it as something valuable. So if I would take the religious narrative and if I would take that for granted that this is the bigger threat, then I would not be a Jew. And I am a Jew. And I am a much bigger Jew in a way than a lot of friends of mine who are halakhically Jewish. And I get very upset when people think of Judaism as only one thing, an ethnic minority, or a religious group, or a share or cultural heritage. I think these are all valid options, and I think these do not exclude. These do not exclude each other. Moreover, without each other, they would not exist. Because obviously without religion there would be no customs that also non-religious people do, like we celebrate Seder night. How many people celebrate Christmas without having any religious belief connected to Christmas? How many? Same with Easter, same with a lot of things. And Judaism has become something bigger. You cannot really define Judaism by those classical terms. And that's why it creates a lot of problem, and sometimes these little groups who are in one of these groups, they want to extend their point of view to the rest, and that's that's the gravest mistake, and that's the biggest threat to Judaism, Jews themselves.